just the regular Raven ring is 200.
That's understandable. They had to find a raven skull.
This can't be too hard to find.
Yeah. Where are we going to find a raven skull? Oh.
Yeah, bus.
I know a guy. Yeah, so now we're back to the gold saucer because we're done with Yuffie's bizarre adventure. And now, well, no, she has her bizarre adventure coming up later. And, that the gentleman who gave us Eris's final limit break told us about the keystone and how Dio has it. So now we could go like, hey Dio, give me that rock, you bikini bottom wearing son of a bitch.
Does your TV like kind of have the Final Fantasy logo burnt in a bit? Like you kind of see it in the black parts of the screen. Like,
oh, probably slightly.
Yeah.
It does have burn in, but it fades after a while.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it'd be funny if you were looking at it and by the end of the year it was all Final Fantasy, but just the slight variations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you played a lot of Final Fantasy on this TV.
It sure did.
Yep.
Whole lot of Final Fantasy on this TV.
Yep.
It's what finally killed it. Finished Final Fantasy 13 and it just died.
You can rest now, Vizio.
Just has been pulling out a revolver. Look at that racist mask in the back. Why did they make that? Why did they do that?
It's like, come on, the lips couldn't have been just like a half the size. We didn't think it'd read well. No.
I know your deal, Japan. I know your deal.
And that like other goof-ass robot on the right, like,
yeah,
was it some scuba suit?
It looks like a scuba suit, like, but one that you couldn't actually move in.
Like this is a world that has made like Mako reactors and rockets and
mechs.
That's the best thing they got.
And for some reason, it's one of Dio's treasures. So I love that moment. Dio's like, I can let you have it, but only on one condition. And Cloud's like, what do you want me to do? It's like, entertain me.
Kill stuff.
What do you want me to do? No, it's not like that. Just go to the arena.
Cloud starts pulling out the dress and the wig again. He's like, fine.
I'll do it. So the arena is very difficult at this point in the game. I've never actually been able to complete it. You get the keystone whether or not you're able to go all 7 or 8 rounds of it. I've never been able to. Apparently, if you do, Dio gives you a couple of good accessories, but you can get those accessories later, and ultimately they're better accessories anyway, so I go as long as I can here, but I don't think I'll ever manage this in any of my playthroughs.
How many encounters do you have to get through?
I want to say it's 8. It may only be 7.
What is this all about?
That wheel, basically most of those options that you land on are detrimental to you. So the one I got there cuts your speed in half. As you go on, they get worse and worse. Some will break your accessories so that you don't have whatever effect it provides. Some will break your armor so you don't get the defense bonus from that. The worst are probably the ones that break your materia. Especially because there's one... Normally it's by color, so it's like, oh, your blue or your red or your green materia don't work. There's one which is just all 5 materia. Like right there, some materia is broken. Yeah. This dumb thing.
This fucking Saturday morning rad-ass cartoon.
Yeah. This extra expensive toy your parents won't buy you. So just buy you the cheap one that was still on the toy shelves after the mad dash was over. Oh god, the stories of people coming out of Star Wars Day right before The Force Awakens came out. Because
anything in particular happened that's...
Nothing about like people getting hurt or anything, just how stupid people are for merchandise, basically. Yeah. Like people were just lined up around the block to get in and get whatever they could, and the store clerks weren't enforcing the rules at all. So like, okay, you can take no more than 1 of each figure, but people are just like walking up, putting their arm on a shelf and scooping it in. Yeah, into their basket.
Well, you remember that show on Nickelodeon where a kid could run through a fucking toy store?
Yeah, and we all wanted it.
And they would just like go...
And we're all like, man, we go straight to the electronics section.
And then we would put our arms out and scoop, but they always just grab 1 at a time. I'm glad that somebody grew up and learned to just put your arm out and fucking scoop when you're on a shopping spree in a toy store. Got good on them.
My favorite...
They're an asshole.
Yeah, they're an asshole. My favorite story from Star Wars Day, right before The Force Awakens came out, was someone went in late and was basically among the people who were just like picking through what was left over. And there were some toys that absolutely no one wanted. There's a particular line of toys, I forget what they're called, but basically you can take the parts off of them and recombine them. So it's like, oh, it's Boba Fett's head on a stormtrooper's body, but he has Kylo Ren's arms. Something like that. They're just a real dumb toy that no one ever wants. And that thing put Doom on me, so now I'm basically done in 60
Jesus
seconds.
Christ.
Yeah, but the person writing this article talked about how they saw somebody pick one of those up, walk like 10 feet down the aisle, and was like, I can't, and then put it back. Like they'd rather have nothing.
It'd be great if they couldn't even muster the energy to lift it back on the shelf.
Just abandon their cart.
They just like, they lift it up part of the way and just drop it on the floor and like, oh, I can't just...
Yeah, so there are some toys everyone obviously wants. Everyone wants the Triceratops tank. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. You're fucking lying to yourself if you don't want a Triceratops tank.
Yeah.
These little... Whoa!
Yeah, this is what ultimately proved to be too much for me.
Purple-headed mushroom dudes spitting shit at us.
They get all the attacks and they did too much damage. If I'd had a meteor rain saved up, I probably could have done it.
It's probably how you have to get through this is like, alright, you gotta account for the fact that you might, you have to just go, if you can make it to round 4 with your materia, now is when you use this. Like, save up your limit break for this point.
Like, I should have blown my limit break right there, because limit breaks get priority over everything else. And so as soon as you go to use it, it's just like, oh, blowing this load all over them.
Oh god, it's everywhere.
So sticky. What the best you could do?
I'm not the least bit sweaty after watching that.
She starts bench pressing Cloud. Now I gotta work up a good lather now.
Cloud's like, do you want me to put the dress back on?
No. You can hold this heavy plate though. Alright.
Oh, shit.
I love this lady is like, I'm sorry, but the tram is broken. Cloud's just so...
You don't...
And she's in that customer service position of like, do you honestly not get it? But you have to find an amiable way of saying that. You can't just be like, are you a fucking dope?
Yeah. Like,
are you dumb? Did you eat paint chips as a child? Sir, the tram is broken. You can't get back down.
And she just collapses forward.
Yeah.
Like, please, I'm tired. I've been here all day telling people this. You know how many people come to the Golden Saucer?
A lot. Well, not very many, because we're in the worst possible position. Oh, man. I'm so excited.
Oh, is it the spooky mansion?
It's the spooky mansion.
Oh, your turn. Checkmate.
Yeah, no, keep looking at the ghosts.
Hey, buddy.
As I was editing, I'm like, I have to.
See you next time. Look at that face up on the stairs.
I know.
Oh, God.
I would love this hotel so much.
The plant that's just wiggling a bit. Just to the side.
Which seems kind of like a Mario RPG flower.
Yeah.
Now they're just recapping the adventure for the people who weren't here from the start. But basically, Cloud doesn't even know what's going on, so it's just a round of like, huh? Who knows what's going on?
I'd run up and mess with those chess pieces after the ghost disappeared, so they notice when they come back. Bum, 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 bum. I got the Mario RPG fucking battle music in my head.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
It's so good.
Especially the way the sound effects work with it. Something about Mario games and the music and sounds. It's like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it is. Except when they make Paper Mario games these days.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't talk about those games.
I wonder how that Rabbids Mario RPG is going to be and why the fuck it's being made in the first place. But if it's good, I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
But just why? Why is it... Who asked for that?
Admittedly, nobody asked for Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Right? And that's one of my favorite games.
I think... Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody asked for Mario RPG.
And then everyone's like, oh my god.
Give me more Mario RPG.
Yeah. So here they're discussing those men in the black cloaks we've been seeing and how Red 13 has 13 tattooed on him, so they know there are at least 13 of those guys. Well, at least 12 of them plus Red 13.
Gotta kill them all.
Pretty much. And Barrett, as usual, just it's too damn confusing.
I don't know them numbers good, so you just point me in the direction of some shooting.
Barrett, you're not from the South.
And I'm gonna get some shooting.
Admittedly, you're a coal miner.
Barrett, you're not really making sense right now. And then he's like pretending he's shooting. He's like, pew, pew, pew. But he's doing it with his good hand.
Even though he has a gun.
Yeah, and you're like, Barrett!
Yeah. It's weird to me that Barrett in this game is an eco-terrorist who's all about, like, shutting down the Mako reactors to save the planet, but in Advent Children, you get that real quick voicemail from him, or Cloud gets that real quick voicemail from him where he's fucking stoked that they found an oil field.
Yeah.
It's like, you're just gonna... Barrett, you're gonna be the next Shinra.
No, it's different. This stuff isn't made from people. It's made from dinosaurs and plants and shit.
I mean, that's better than sucking the literal soul out of the planet.
It's delicious.
Let's go back to our rooms.
It's delicious taking a fucking nap.
Mm-hmm. I wish I could nap that easily.
I'm sure one day.
When I'm nice and old.
Nice when you're that age that
yeah.
Sid probably... He's probably like,
he's
what?
40-something,
yeah.
if I remember from the manual.
Jeez, it's cool for a game to not worry about having a dude in his 40s with a bunch of like, you know, what are these all like 19, 21-year-olds?
The youngest of them is Yuffie. She's 16, and then Tifa, who's 20, Cloud's 21, Eris is 22, which when you're in Cloud's flashback, you can go to his house and talk to his mom, and she's like, you should find an older girl, someone who will take care of you. So Eris being 22 feeds into that. Barrett's in like his 30s. Vincent, I think, has a question mark. And then Sid's in his 40s. Spent a lot of time reading the manual to this game.
Question mark's a good number for explaining something about an edgy character.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
Question mark.
Alright, Vincent, we're sitting down with Vogue magazine. Just have a few questions. You just gotta answer these questions, and our copywriter will go ahead and build a narrative around them. Tell me, Vincent, how old are you?
Question.
Okay, we can't do anything with ampersand. Let's come back to that one. Let's come back. Tell me, what's your favorite food?
Red.
Okay, red. Red is your favorite food. Okay. Vincent, if you could spend one day anywhere, where would it be? What would you do? And why?
Alone.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh, okay. Okay, Vincent, this has been enlightening. This is going to be a great challenge for a copy editor, but this is why she makes the big bucks. Alright? We'll be in touch. Thank you. This part is great. You can completely screw it up if you want, and I believe I do. And again, if you go on the date with Barrett, you don't get this part at all. Because you walk in and the guy's like, you're a 100th couple. That means, oh, never mind. You leave.
Come on, Cloud, don't mess it up. Get into it.
This poor thespian who probably spent years studying acting, has X years in jazz, X years in tap dance.
Question mark years and...
Yeah. And can only find work as the knight who plays second fiddle to the random stranger they pulled from the crowd.
The 100th couple that comes in.
Yeah. You can talk to the knight or the wizard about the Evil Dragon King's measurements.
So none of these questions matter how you answer them?
Those ones have little impact. It's the ones coming up that have the major impact. Because if you choose the wrong questions there, they just get confused. If you talk to the knight instead of the wizard, the knight's like, you should probably talk to the other guy. Eris is all into it.
I like how they're just like evil EDK.
Yeah. They're like, who do you love? And you can choose the king, the princess, or that knight.
That knight over
there. Not the knight, that knight over there.
That one will do.
Yeah.
As they say.
Yeah, which makes Eris mad, so she hits Cloud.
Any port in a storm.
Yeah.
Am I right?
What an unusually strong princess. Instead of the new legendary hero, Rosa was born. Which, her being named Rosa, I think might be a callback to 4, or it might just be coincidence.
They just had a limited pool of names to draw from. Into this rainbow hole.
Hey, Cloud, you want to plunge deep into the rainbow hole? I'm curious. Gotta admit.
I'm not gonna say no.
But I'm not gonna give a yes just yet.
And I would plunge the head first down a fucking rainbow hole if I had a chance. Oh.
This part with Barrett is pretty silly. At some point, he just gets pissed and starts shooting at the fireworks.
Wow, Barrett, you can't do that anywhere you want.
I get that for some reason they let you carry a loaded automatic gun with you everywhere.
It's like, Barrett, you know what? Those bullets gotta land somewhere. There's like a junkyard city underneath us.
Granted, they should lose their lethal velocity before they hit the ground, but they're still gonna ruin someone's day.
Oh, that's the racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's nice how they tie the actual attractions of the Gold Saucer into this moment. I've always been disappointed that you can't get chocobos in white, pink, and red colors, though.
Yeah.
Because they're modeled in here. They're in the fucking... You race against them. I would like that. That's some fucked up Easter egg. Or just something that's really hard to do. I've even taken the time to Google it. Like, alright, can you get a white chocobo in Final Fantasy VII?
Man, I'm not going to try to, make fun of this game for its 3D graphics, but look at those window frames.
Oh, yeah, I know. Just like made of clay.
Yeah, the wettest, waxiest clay.
This clay fighter room you're sitting in.
Yeah. Oh man, Clay Fighter, when's that gonna come back?
It's not. It's fucking not. That's the answer to that one.
It's like Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Street Fighter never really went anywhere.
But they did have a rebirth around 2010, 2009.
Yeah, fucking Clay Fighter is not gonna come back.
So this is where we're starting to really address the problem that is Cloud. Aerith is like, I want to meet you, and Cloud is just, I'm right here, and she's like, I know, I want to meet you.
And do you think it's because she just can sense that there's something she hasn't learned from, like he's not giving up something about him?
I think that is the case.
Does she know? Do you think she has an idea? Like she's starting to put things together based on shit?
I think she has an idea. I don't think she quite has a hypothesis. She has data, but she doesn't know what it all means.
She knows something's up.
Because, what she says is that she was seeing Cloud was kind of like seeing a ghost, because he does everything exactly like Zack. And so, that doesn't make sense, but she doesn't know what it means. It's like, well, you're not Zack, obviously, but everything you do is exactly like him. But at the same time, what you learn later is that everyone else finds Cloud's mannerisms kind of weird. Like, Barrett himself is like, the way he acted, the way he spoke, it all just felt kind of off. So I think Aerith is watching him, seeing all this stuff, but she detects that it's not natural to him. It's not germane to who he is as a person.
I bet it's something that can't be seen. But I like to imagine that Cloud occasionally gives off like little bits of his personality that it's like, now this is different than the rest, and that probably is who you are.
There are the occasional moment where he makes a sarcastic comment about something, or he finally jokes around, and in his mind, Zack was just a stone cold professional, and that's who he's trying to be throughout the game. And I think those fractures are when he jokes around, when he's like, "Oh, Tifa, I saw your orthopedic underwear," or "Oh, Barrett, you look like a bear wearing a marshmallow in that sailor outfit."
Yeah,
there are moments like that, but then it always slips away under his veneer, where he's trying to be this stone cold professional who can just handle himself in any fight because he's a soldier first class. And I think with proper acting and animation, they could sell those moments in the remake. I think it would be possible to animate how he has a bunch of mannerisms he does. One particularly, he like puts a hand on his hip and then swipes his hand through his hair. He has a number of those things that I think with better animation they could sell that it's not something he does. It's something he saw someone else do and that he's emulating. Or they could sell that it just feels off when he does it. Like it's just something he does not as part of who he is, but just out of some concept of what he thinks he's supposed to do in a moment. Almost like you were in a culture you kind of understand, but you're not quite certain. So it's like, oh, I eat my fingers right here, right? It's like, well, I guess. But you seem to be doing it like you were reminding yourself that's what you're supposed to do.
That'd be great. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I hope that they don't get... while they're making the remake, while they're remaking the game, they're not like, everybody expects Cloud to be this type of character though, so we have to make him this way all the time. I hope they go, no, wait, this is how Cloud actually is supposed to be. Everyone
now that we're talking about this, I suspect they won't. I suspect they'll make Cloud how they have portrayed Cloud in everything but this game, where he is just Mr. Gloomy Bum. The gloomiest boy at the ball.
That'd be such a bummer.
It'd be such a fucking bummer. Because, again, Cloud gets better halfway through this game. And then you get to see the real Cloud, who is still kind of a gloomy bit. He's a bit gloomy. I mean, a lot of shit has happened. He has reason to be. But after he gets better, he is that kind of joker, that sarcastic person who suffers from motion sickness and is scared underneath all of it.
Kind of like a Cecil situation, in a way.
A little bit.
Yeah. Way to go, Final Fantasy. Doing good stuff.
But yeah, I suspect that the remake, he'll just be Mr. Gloomy Bum throughout the whole thing.
So now what's going on with Kate Sith over there? They're like finding out that he's...
They're finding out he's working for Shinra, and he grabbed the keystone and then threw it to Singh, who just flew a helicopter up to the gold saucer.
I just learned how to do this. Ooh, that's a fucking creepy mini bar for your fucking hotel. That's cool.
Yeah, and it's Kefka's laugh slowed down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, Kate Sith is somehow a spy for Shinra. He's, I guess, a robot being controlled by Sang? Or not by Sang, by...
Rufus?
Not by Rufus. Reeve. A complete side character that you've seen once or twice before this.
Who the fuck are you, man?
Basically, yeah. And it doesn't make sense how he's actually controlling anything. But now we know Shinra has the keystone. We know where the Temple of the Ancients is. And so now we gotta go there. Go there or be square.
That's no fair.
Then see you later, I guess. Whatever.
Look at this spooky as shit.
God, I'd love a spooky hotel like that.